Welcome to Carbon's DIY Garage, and some of you, it might be your first time here, and that's maybe because of what's behind me. It's a new addition to the garage. It's my first foray into the JDM world, Japanese domestic market, I've learned. And this 2000 Impreza 2.5RS is now my son's. He's heading off to college in just a few months. Needed something a little bit more reliable than TDSR, the Jeep TJ back there. So he's gone with a 3-year younger model of a vehicle here with the Impreza. Since it's my first time working on a car like this, or really something that's not a minivan or a Jeep or something like that, it's going to be a few different projects coming to the channel to take care of a bunch of preventative maintenance things that I don't know that previous owner has kept up with, and then also a few items that I've found that we're going to need to fix up for him before he heads out. But let me go show you around. So just a quick brief tour. You can see here in the front there are some aftermarket fog lights in front that the previous owner put on. The bezels, I guess, that used to be there aren't there anymore. I don't know, but they work. Coming up top, I don't know if you can see here, but the windshield's got a big crack in it, so we'll have to probably replace the windshield at some point. But the hood looks fine. Fenders look fine. I don't know if this is the actual factory antenna or if something else is supposed to go here. Maybe I'll look into that at some point. Sunroof is fully functional. There's some rust going on up here that I guess I'm gonna have to figure out if I need to take care of or not. I'm not really sure. Some good tinting there on the windows, but side of the car looks good. You can see down here on the back door, maybe it had an incident at some point, but got some rust going on there. Probably ought to take care of somehow. It's missing a trim piece. I know you can buy those. I'm just not sure how they go on exactly, but might want to take care of that. And then the rear bumper area, some more rust in a few places where paint got scraped off. I'm not really sure with this car if it's a big deal or not. General theme here is if you have comments on anything you see in this video, drop them in. Let me know, because I'm totally new to this. It has lived in Houston its whole life, in the Houston area, so it's got that going for it. Not a lot of road salt and things like that. Up here, weather stripping is fine, but again, there's some rust spots. I'm going to show you something in the trunk here in just a little bit, so stay tuned for that. But then on the other side of the vehicle, again, just some wear and tear. Again, weird rust spots. The weather stripping, the molding is up here is kind of loose. But again, nothing major structurally wrong outside the vehicle. Inside's in pretty good shape as well. It's like something ate a piece out of the driver's door, the driver's seat. Not exactly sure what happened there. A couple of also, I mean, it's 20 years old, 23 years old, so no real complaints. This is what the dash looks like. Aftermarket radio. And it has the infamous floppy shifter. I've done some research on that. I already have the parts on order to replace the shift bushing. We're going to go ahead and do the bushing at the yoke, but then also the other bushings that are in there. Going to replace the boot and going to replace the knob itself, just to give him something that he can call his own. But otherwise, the interior is in good shape. The back seat is in really good shape. A minor thing, this light bulb up here doesn't work. But hey, the small things, we can figure that out pretty easily. So the trunk space is pretty normal. It's fine back here, but if you lift everything up, you can look underneath and hey, look, there's a drain hole. It's not a Jeep though. I don't think it's supposed to be a hole all the way down for water to drain out of this space. So this one, I'm not really sure what or how I might fix that, other than obviously putting something down in there to stop further rust. But can I just put a rubber plug in it, like a drain plug for a Jeep, or do I need to do some metal fabrication? I don't know. Before I lift the hood, I want to show you this. This is 20 years worth of maintenance receipts. Not the preventative maintenance like oil changes and everything, but all the parts that have been replaced on this car from 2000 to 2020. A previous owner gave me this. I've never had this experience before. All my previous owners beforehand, I had no records, and the magical things they did to screw up those vehicles was besides me in some cases. So this is really helpful, because I know what parts that have been replaced in here are aftermarket off Amazon, which ones are Subaru OEM parts, and then how regularly things like timing belt and other important things have been replaced. And actually, it's really happy to see that things like water pump, thermostat, timing belt, all the belts have always been Subaru factory OEM type parts, so don't have to worry about that. And here it is, the grand reveal of under the hood. As far as I can tell, this is basically just the stock configuration. They haven't done anything to it. I think there might be some sort of air box that was supposed to go up here. I'm not really sure. I see all sorts of different things online. Either way, the air box itself is intact. I haven't actually looked at the air filter yet, but everything looks in really good condition. And they've just recently replaced the battery. What else? Oh, the other big thing that a couple other big things. So all the shocks and the struts and the mounts and everything have recently been replaced. Fuel filter, because I know that's an important one. And then the other big one that everybody should be worried about is head gaskets. This car, I didn't mention it, this car has 236, almost 237,000 miles on it, and it's 23 years old. Head gaskets have never been replaced. They did add the I forget what additive that Subaru said everybody should put in to help prevent the head gasket leaks. They did have that done back pretty early in the vehicle's life, but head gaskets at 236,000 miles are still fine. They're not showing any evidence of leaking. There's no bubbles in the coolant. There's nothing that indicates any sort of head gasket leak, but that's gonna be my number one thing to just keep an eye on and try to make sure that it doesn't catch us by surprise. And we're also saving money up for head gasket replacements because I think that's destiny for everybody that owns this car, the EJ251 engine. But anyway, this is what our car looks like, and I'm going to be making some videos coming up that just some basic how to maintain this vehicle. I know there's lots out there, but may as well show you how I do it so you can provide guidance and comments and questions and things like that. I'm going to be doing the shift lever repair for all the sloppiness that you saw there, and I'm sure there'll be some other things that come up because this car is getting to be long in the tooth, but I think it'll be a good ride for him out into the Texas Hill Country for college when the time comes. So I hope the JDM community is friendly and welcoming. We're just starting to dive into this whole new world. It's not the Jeeping world, and I don't know what kind of audience this content might get. Hopefully you found maybe this video is not all that helpful, but it's more like a vlog of, hey, what's going on. But future videos helpful or useful. I'm certainly willing to take any tips or comments that you might have. Just be friendly, because don't want to hurt the beaver's feelings. And with that, subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along, and give this one a like and a thumbs up. And yeah, until the next video, you guys take care and have a good one.